Picture this. It's a high-stakes WNBA game. The crowd's energy is through the roof, and suddenly, in a moment that no one saw coming, Skylar Diggins, one of the league's most seasoned veterans, shoves rookie sensation Caitlin Clark. But this isn't just a simple on-court altercation. No, this moment is layered with tension, history, and a shift in the very foundation of women's basketball. So, what really went down? Was it just a heat-of-the-moment push, or was there something much deeper at play? By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on the WNBA and the dynamics that are changing the game forever. Let's kick things off by talking about Caitlin Clark, a name that's been lighting up the WNBA like never before. If you've been paying attention, you know that Clark isn't just another rookie. She's a game changer, a force of nature who's been rewriting the playbook from the moment she stepped onto the court. In her latest game, Clark dropped 23 points, dished out 9 assists, and grabbed 5 rebounds. These aren't just rookie numbers. They're the kind of stats that make you sit up and say, this is the future of the WNBA. But it's not just about the numbers. Clark's influence goes beyond the stat sheet. She's bringing a new level of excitement to the league, filling arenas, and drawing in fans who might not have paid much attention to women's basketball before. It's as if she's single-handedly turned up the volume on the entire WNBA, making every game she's in a must-watch event. Now, you might think that this is a good thing for the league, right? More fans, more excitement, what's not to love? But here's where things get complicated. Enter Skylar Diggins-Smith, a player who has been a cornerstone of the WNBA for years. Skylar's got the accolades, the respect, and the reputation of being one of the league's top stars. She's put in the work, paid her dues, and earned her place at the top. But now, with Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise, things are starting to change. Imagine being at the top of your game, only to see a rookie come in and steal all the headlines. That's the situation Diggins-Smith finds herself in. And it's not just Skylar. Many of the league's veterans are feeling the pressure as these new stars start to take over. The dynamic is shifting, and the tension is palpable. This brings us back to that shove. Was it really just about the game? Or was it a sign of something bigger, an expression of frustration from a veteran who feels like her time at the top is being threatened? Let's break down that moment. The shove that's got everyone talking. Clark's driving down the court, the crowd's on their feet, and then, bam! Diggins-Smith loses her cool and shoves Clark. The tension in the arena? You could cut it with a knife. But here's the thing. This shove wasn't just about that single play. It was the culmination of something that's been brewing all season long. Veterans like Diggins-Smith have been dealing with the rise of new talent, and it's not been an easy transition. They've been watching as these rookies come in, grab the spotlight, and leave the veterans feeling like yesterday's news. And let's be real, that's gotta sting. But this shove wasn't just an isolated incident, it's part of a larger pattern. Clark has been dealing with aggressive play all season. Hard fouls, tough screens, and players going after her like they're trying to send a message. This is our league, rookie. Know your place. But here's the kicker. Clark isn't backing down. Every time she gets knocked down, she gets back up, stronger and more determined than before. And that's exactly what's making the veterans nervous. Now, let's dive into the mind of a veteran. Players like Skylar Diggins-Smith have spent years building this league. They've fought for respect, for airtime, for better paychecks. They've seen the WNBA grow from its early days into the powerhouse it is today, and they've been a crucial part of that journey. So imagine how it feels to see all of that hard work seemingly overshadowed by a new generation that's grabbing all the attention. This isn't just about jealousy, it's about legacy. It's about the pressure of maintaining a spot at the top in a league that's evolving faster than ever. The veterans are fighting to stay relevant in a game that's changing, and that's no small task. But let's not forget, Clark isn't just an innocent bystander in all this. She's got her own fire, her own competitive edge. Remember that technical foul she got in the same game? That wasn't for knitting on the sidelines. Clark slapped the padded base of the basket in frustration after missing a shot. That tech? It's a glimpse into the kind of pressure she's under. The pressure of being a rookie who's expected to lead a team, who's expected to be the face of the league at just 21 years old. But here's where things get really interesting. After that tech, Clark didn't crumble. She turned up the heat, scoring 12 points in the rest of the game. That's the kind of resilience that's making her a star, and it's exactly what's making the veterans uneasy. So, what are we really seeing here? It's more than just a shove. It's more than just a moment of frustration. We're witnessing the growing pains of a league in transition. The old guard, the veterans who've been the face of the WNBA for years, are being challenged by a new wave of talent, and that's causing some serious friction. Clark isn't just changing the game on the court, she's changing the entire dynamic of the league. Every time she steps on the court, every time she drops another jaw-dropping assist, she's shifting the balance of power, and that's creating waves that are being felt by every player in the league. But let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about Skylar and Caitlin, it's about a whole league that's evolving. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and the decisions made now are going to shape the future of women's basketball. And at the center of this evolution is the Indiana Fever. Remember when the Fever were at the bottom of the standings, dead last, with no hope of turning things around? Well, that's not the case anymore. Thanks to Caitlin Clark, the Fever are now playoff contenders. This rookie isn't just putting up impressive stats, she's transforming the entire culture of the team. The Fever are playing with a swagger we haven't seen in years. They're not just hoping to win, they expect to win. And that change in mindset, that's all thanks to Clark. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Clark isn't the only rookie making waves this season. Have you been keeping up with Angel Reese? If not, you're missing out on one of the most exciting Rookie of the Year races in recent memory. While Clark's been leading in points and assists, Reese has been dominating the boards, showing off a different kind of basketball excellence. It's like watching two sides of the same coin. Clark with her flashy long-range shots and no-look passes, and Reese with her gritty, hard-nosed presence in the paint. This isn't just about two players, though. It's about a whole new wave of talent flooding into the WNBA. These are players who grew up watching legends like Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird, and now they're here to make their own mark. They're faster, stronger, more skilled than ever before, and they're not content to wait their turn. They want the spotlight now. So, what does this all mean for the WNBA? On one hand, this influx of young talent is exactly what the league needs. It's bringing in new fans, generating buzz, and making people who've never watched a women's basketball game sit up and take notice. But on the other hand, it's creating tension. Tension between the veterans who've spent years building this league and the rookies who are quickly becoming the new face of women's basketball. Is this conflict necessary for growth, or is it tearing the league apart? That's the big question. Because let's be real, we've seen some ugly moments. That shove from Skylar, that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's been hard fouls, trash talk, and a level of tension that you can feel through your TV screen. But here's a wild thought. What if this conflict is exactly what the WNBA needs? What if this tension, as uncomfortable as it is pushing the league to new heights? We're seeing rivalries form, storylines develop, and a level of intensity that's making every game feel like a playoff matchup. So, where does this leave us? The WNBA is at a turning point. The veterans aren't going to go quietly, and the rookies aren't going to back down. This is a battle for the future of the league, and it's one that's going to play out on the court in real time. But here's the most exciting part. We, the fans, get to watch it all unfold. We get to see Caitlin Clark go head-to-head with Skylar Diggins-Smith. We get to witness Angel Reese battling for Rookie of the Year. And we get to see a league that's growing, evolving, and pushing the boundaries of what women's basketball can be. So, keep your eyes on the court because this season isn't just about basketball. It's about the future of the WNBA. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss a second of it. There you have it. A deep dive into what's really going on in the WNBA right now. This season is shaping up to be one of the most exciting, intense, and unpredictable in the league's history. The old guard is fighting to hold their ground. The rookies are pushing for the spotlight, and the tension? Well, that's what's making this must-watch basketball. So, whether you're a diehard fan or just tuning in for the first time, stick around. Because if this season has taught us anything, it's that in the WNBA, anything can happen. Please like, share, and subscribe until we meet again.